Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you my WWE 205 live review for May 9th, 2017. And I'm doing this video outside again because the weather's nice enough. It looks like it's about to rain, but it's not quite there yet. So if you don't like that I'm doing this video outside, get the fuck over it. So now that I've kind of, said my piece there, let's get to the episode. We had the commentary team of Corey Graves and Tom Phillips, and Corey Graves was great as always on commentary, and Tom Phillips is just terrible. And then we had the first segment on the show. It was Jack Gallagher giving a toast to Austin Aries, and since the show was in the UK, Jack Gallagher had the segment all set up like the UK flags, the red carpet in the wind. It was like it was a UK type of thing. And Jack Gallagher said that he's doing this because Aries was being such a gentleman by saving him from getting attacked by TJP and Neville. And what I liked about this is he actually referred to TJP by his full name, Theodore J. He did say his middle name, but I don't remember what it was. But Theodore J. Perkins, which I thought was pretty funny and awesome by Jack Gallagher. And he calls out Austin Aries. Austin Aries comes out. They changed his theme song a little bit. It's a little bit short now, which I don't really mind, but it's just kind of like, why do they do these things? Like, they changed TJ Perkins' name to just TJP. It's just kind of like, definitely off the wall things WWE does. And, Aries says that he appreciates this, that he didn't have to go all this trouble. We could have just done a handshake. You could have just thanked me backstage. You could have given me a peppermint pie, vegan of course, and Jack Gallagher says that you deserve it for being such a gentleman, and I'm going to make sure that you go into your Cruiserweight Championship match at Extreme Rules 100%, because I'm going to have you back against TJP and Neville since you've had to fight them off for months, which I guess means that Neville is facing that Neville is facing Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight title, but I could see something happening since TJP won his match on Monday. I could see TJP wanted in the match and it gets turned into a triple threat, but I can see somehow Jack Gallagher getting involved and it becomes a fatal four-way. So whether that's Gallagher defeating Neville or whether that's defeating TJP and getting into the match, something like that, I'm not really sure. But they go to do a toast. Aries makes a joke that he says, I'm usually like a red wine type guy, but this is cool too. And the fans booed it because they, in the UK, they normally like beer. But Aries says, hey, it helps your heart. Which I thought was pretty funny. And then before the toast can happen, Neville comes out, and Jack Gallagher had a funny line where he was like, great. Where he was just like, oh dear, or something like that. And Neville talks about how much... what does he say? How he's lacking in integrity to the UK people because the UK are looking up to a stereotype instead of somebody like him. And Aries says, well, you're talking about integrity. You lost some of integrity when you got yourself disqualified in our Cruiserweight Championship match at Payback. Then Neville says that, Austin Aries, you've had opportunity after opportunity at my title and have failed every time. And he says that the only toast that he's going to give him is the toast from his crown. He holds up the title, and then he says that this is going to be Austin Aries' last 205 Live appearance. TJP attacks Aries from behind, works on his knee. Gallagher tries to save him, but he gets attacked from behind by Neville. Neville and TJP put the boots on both of them, but Gallagher tries to fight back. He gets outnumbered by Neville and TJP. Aries dives on Neville on the outside, beats the crap out of him. They fight over the announcer's table. Then eventually it's down to Gallagher and TJP in the ring. Gallagher hits the headbutt on TJP, and Neville attacks Gallagher some more. Aries hits the discus 5-arm on Neville, and afterwards Aries and Neville do the toast with the beer, and they stand tall. And I thought this was a pretty good segment here. It pushed for the Cruiserweight Championship match, possibly at Extreme Rules, so I thought that was good. Then we had the next segment. Rich Swann was backstage, and Noam Dar and Alicia Fox come up to him, and Noam Dar says that you tried, that Rich Swann says, after everything I did to show you what the type of person that Alicia Fox was, you're still back together with her. And Noam Dar says that all you did was make our relationship stronger. And like Alicia Fox said that she never officially left Noam Dar, and then which one's like whatever, and he goes to walk away, but Noam Dar says that I remember what you did, trying to show that I didn't care about Alicia Fox with a gift, and this is far from over. And Alicia Fox says, I would have left you anyways, just like I did Cedric Alexander, and stayed with a real man, Noam Dar. So overall, this backstage segment I didn't really care for, because it's, you know, it's continuing a storyline between the Alicia Fox relationship storyline that I really don't give a shit about. So yeah. So then we had the first actual match on the show. It was Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali. I like this match here. It was a nice solid match. Mustafa Ali really takes Tony Nese to school. He does a lot of his high-flying stuff on him. Eventually gets the best of him. Tony Nese drops him ribs first on the barricade, then he drops him face first into the announcer's table, and he dominates Mustafa Ali for a long-ass time. He even hits the moonsault from the second rope that he never hits, so that was cool. Then Mustafa Ali makes his comeback, starts hitting all his high-flying stuff, hits a tornado DDT into the inverted 450 for the win. Drew Gulak was watching the match backstage, and I was kind of disappointed he didn't make an appearance and do his whole thing where Mustafa Ali went for the inverted 450 and Drew Gulak came out again, but I don't know if that feud's continuing or not, but we'll have to wait and see. And then Alia Davao's backstage, and he has boots made up for him. He's like, I ain't paying for this, because they're not even made in good quality. And then he takes him and he bumps into Akira Tozawa's backstage. He's like, watch where you're walking. And then Akira Tozawa does a scream, and then Alia Davao walks away. They didn't do anything with this as like a feud or anything, so I was pretty happy about it, because I thought they were going to turn this into a lame-ass feud, but it didn't happen. Maybe it still will happen, but yeah, I'm glad that this didn't cause the feud. And then we have a video package for Cedric Alexander. He's going to be returning soon. I'm really excited for that. I like Cedric Alexander. I expect him to return to be a part of this whole Noam Dar Cedric Alexander feud, to continue that, with Alicia Fox. So that's gonna kind of suck, because they've been putting him up the past few weeks. But I'm happy to see him come back. I hope that, and maybe now that he's gonna come back, they'll finally blow off this Alicia Fox feud and they'll finally end it, because it's just atrocious. So I hope that happens. And then we had the main event of the show. It was Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick, and I thought this match was really good. I really enjoyed it. Kendrick and Tozawa both start just beating the crap out of each other. They both start hitting a bunch of chops on each other, and Akira Tozawa dominates Kendrick throughout the first half of the matchup. Eventually, Kendrick is able to get the upper hand. He gets him into throws him into the steel steps, and he hits the sliced bread #2 on the floor. Akira Tozawa was able to beat the count, and Kendrick dominates Akira Tozawa for a long-ass time. Akira Tozawa starts to make his comeback. He hits the Shining Wizard kick out. He hits a Dragon Suplex kick out, and eventually Kendrick tries to get him into the Captain's Hook, but Akira Tozawa reverses it, hits a roll-up on him for the win, and afterwards Kendrick just is upset that he lost. He beats the shit out of Akira Tozawa, and he throws him into the steel steps back first, and he takes the steps, he puts his head under him, and he stomps him twice while he's in the steps, and he gets on the mic and he says that this is going to be the final lesson, don't mess with the Brian Kendrick, and I like this. Now this feud's going to start to get really serious. I mean, it already was kind of serious to begin with, now this feud's going to get really good. I expect them to have one final blow-off match where Akira Tozawa will finally win. Hopefully that match happens at Extreme Rules Kickoff, so we'll have to wait and see. But overall, I really enjoyed 205 Live. I actually thought it was a decent show. It actually felt like the crowd was into it because it was in the UK. I think people actually stayed and watched 205 Live, which was good. And I liked everything about this show pretty much, except the whole, Alicia Fox storyline. So if I had to rate this show, I'll probably rate it a 8 out of 10. It was a good show. And that's pretty much it, guys. Please make sure to subscribe to all the other YouTube channels and the description box, like my CM Brothers and the Owen the Talkinator channel, and all the other channels that you can just check the great content down below. And I'm going to stay outside and enjoy this beautiful weather.